Hey, what's up everybody? Sorry about that 6-second delay there. And I want to welcome you to my predictions for this Sunday's Elimination Chamber, which is going to emanate from Oakland, California, which is about 50-something miles away, from the Oracle Arena in Oakland, otherwise known as the Oakland County Coliseum Arena, or whatever you want to call it. Which is home, believe it or not folks, to the NBA's Golden State Warriors. Now, I've never been inside the arena. I've been to the Coliseum next door, but I've never been inside the arena next to it. Now, the matches for this Sunday, so far we only have 4 matches. That's right, we only have 4 matches. So, let's get started with my predictions. Now, again, the way I do this is I do it 2 ways. I look at it from a fan standpoint on who I'd like to win, and I look at it from a booker standpoint who I know I'd want to win, and who I know would be the better draw. Now, let's take a look at one of the first matches. The first match added, of course, was recently added this past week on WWE.com. It's going to be Kofi Kingston and Alberto Del Rio. Now, as much as you would like the Intercontinental Champion, Kofi Kingston, to go over Alberto Del Rio, it's not going to happen. Because we have talked about this many times. Myself, J-Dub, Jeff Meacham, the guys at the Off the Rope show, you know, the dads of wrestling, the renegade of wrestling. It's good. The wrestling gurus, everybody from Wrestling News World, PWI Torch, No DQ, you know, Roger.com. I mean, the list goes on. Everybody has said the same thing, and that is Alberto Del Rio is one of those guys the WWE is looking at as a future franchise player, is one of the future faces of the company, and as of right now, currently trying to pursue that by pushing him to the moon. So in other words, there is no way Alberto Del Rio will lose to Kofi Kingston. Now, from a booking standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. From a fan standpoint, yeah, you know, I would love Kofi Kingston to win. So from a fan's perspective, I would like Kofi to win. From a booking's perspective, wanting to keep Del Rio's momentum going and continue his push towards WrestleMania in one of the main events, I have Alberto to win, hands down. You know, give us a great match and everything, even if it's an opener. Give us a great match. But still, you know, booking-wise, you got to keep Del Rio on a roll. Now, the only problem I do have with this is they're not making it for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, if I was booking this match right off the bat, not only, like I said, would I book Alberto Del Rio to win, but I would also have Kofi Kingston put the Intercontinental Championship on the line and have Alberto win the Intercontinental Championship. Why? Because that would not only give Alberto his first taste of gold, but think about it this way. Alberto could hold on to the title to at least maybe a week or 2 before Mania, and then maybe thanks to Edge in some way, interference or distraction, lose it either back to Kofi Kingston or to someone different. It would make a lot of sense, but also, if I want to put a lot of stock into this year's WrestleMania, I'd have Alberto come down to the ring as Intercontinental Champion, and at WrestleMania that is, and make it title for title, because we haven't had one of those matches in a long time. So it would make a lot of sense. Have title for title, and whoever wins not only wins both championships, but then have a title, but then, as ridiculous as this sounds, have a tournament after Mania to crown a new Intercontinental Champion. They've done it before, they can do it again, and that's what attracts people. That would attract a huge crowd. And that would give credibility, more credibility and more momentum to Alberto Del Rio as a future franchise player and a future face of the company. So, fan-wise though, getting back to the match, fan-wise, I would like Kofi to win, but booking-wise, to continue his momentum, you go with Alberto Del Rio. But again, I wish they would have made it for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, the other match, which apparently is going to be, I guess, a semi-main event, but I don't know what position in the card it's going to be. But the next match that I want to talk about is for the WWE Championship between Jerry the King Lawler and The Miz. Now, despite how people feel about this match, some feel it's, some have come out and said they're looking forward to it. Some have said they're not looking forward to it. That's their decision. But here's the way I look at it. Fan-wise, I would love Jerry Lawler to win and finally achieve the one world title or the one championship that's eluded him his entire career. As a fan, I would like to see Jerry Lawler become WWE Champion. But from a booking perspective, I'd want The Miz to retain. That way he can continue his momentum. And think of it this way. If you have this match as the second or third match of the night, depending on if you add another match or not, doing, at the last minute or not. But if you have this as the second or third match of the night, this is what you do. Not only do you have The Miz retain, booking-wise, not only do you book The Miz to retain, but then later on, depending on where the Raw Chamber match is, which is for the #1 contendership, you have him interfere and try to cost the one person that he does not want to face at Mania for the title. You try to get him to do that, only to have it backfire on him, and then have this look of shock and almost fear, like, oh crap, I gotta face this guy. I gotta defend against this guy. Like, this is not what I wanted kind of deal. So booking-wise, you book The Miz to win. You, depending on, like I said, win the match, whatever position the match is going to be in, whatever position on the card. And then, but depending on the position of the Raw Chamber match, whether it's the last match or second to last match, you have Miz try to interfere, only to have that backfire on him. But fan-wise, yeah, I'd like Jerry Lawler to win and get the one title that's eluded him. But booking-wise, you want to continue The Miz's, I guess you could say, his momentum into Mania. So that's why I would, fan-wise, that's why I would book The Miz to win. Now, there is a toss-up though. Obviously, Miz is going to walk into Mania as champion, but even though I would book Miz to win and go, like I said, go with the plan that I have for later on in the evening, there's always a chance, due to the fact that Jerry Lawler recently lost his mother, and again, my condolences and prayers go out to his family, there is a chance that out of sympathy and out of favoritism and sympathy toward Lawler, that they might, even if it's for a week or even if it's for 24 hours, they might allow Lawler to become champion. So there's that possibility, but from a reality standpoint, you do have to look booking-wise at The Miz winning. So I go with The Miz booking-wise. Fan-wise, I would like to see Jerry Lawler. Now, let's go on to one of the chamber matches. Now, one of the chamber matches is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is the SmackDown chamber match. Now, and if you don't know about this, apparently some of you probably already know by now, because you've found a way to download it. You've seen it and downloaded it already onto certain sites. It's like megawrestling.net and via Mega Upload. But in case you don't know it and you haven't seen it, or you have, like the Shillelagh guy on OffTheRopes.com, on the Off the Ropes show, tonight on SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler is going to be coronated and crowned World Champion. But Dolph Ziggler is only going to be World Champion for a cup of coffee. And this is why I say that. Because tonight, Teddy Long makes his return. I mean, obviously you knew this was going to happen if you watched Raw. 600th episode, Vicky Guerrero putting the blame on Edge, saying she's going to put on Edge for attacking Teddy Long, say he's going to lose his job. I mean, come on, obviously you all saw that coming. So basically, like I say, Dolph Ziggler becomes champion for a cup of coffee because Teddy Long has him defend right away against the guy that Vicky Guerrero basically stole the title from and gave to Dolph, and that's Edge. Edge ends up winning the match, I guess becoming an 11-time champion, and Dolph Ziggler ends up getting fired from SmackDown by Teddy Long. Now, this would lead you to believe that Teddy Long knows it was Dolph Ziggler that attacked him. Okay, fair enough. But this is why I don't think Dolph's going to be gone from the match that long. What I see happening is Dolph Ziggler probably showing up with Vicky at the Chamber, either with lawyers or something like that, or just by himself with Vicky, begging for his job back, begging to be put in the match. And I guarantee you, I could be wrong, but I guarantee you, in some way, Dolph will get back into the match. Now, not only will Dolph get back into the match, but I think there's going to be a stipulation added by Teddy Long. And that stipulation will be, okay, you're in the match, but if you don't win, you don't get a shot at the world title as long as you're on SmackDown, or as long as I'm general manager. So, that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. I apologize for the bird in the background. But I think that's what could happen. That's the most logical possibility. Now, another possibility is they could surprise us all, because they've been doing that lately. They've been finding a way to throw us off a little bit. WWE, that is, by having somebody else in there. They can end up having Undertaker make an early return and put him in there, but I don't think that would really help out. That would basically injure him even more. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that would make sense in a way to bring Undertaker back, surprise people by saying, oh yeah, we said Undertaker was going to come back on Raw and then on SmackDown. Guess what? We're bringing him back tonight. That would make sense. Now, they could put Big Show in there, which would make some sense as well. Because Big Show has history with Wade Barrett, so it would make sense to put Big Show in there. But we'll see what happens. But honestly, I don't think Dolph Ziggler is going to be out of the match that long. I really don't. I think he'll be put back in. Like I said, I could be wrong. We could either see Undertaker or Big Show in his place, but I'm definitely going to go with possibly Dolph Ziggler getting back into the match this Sunday. Now, from a fan perspective, who would I want to win? Well, from a fan perspective, let's see who we got in this chamber. We've got Drew McIntyre. We've got Wade Barrett. We possibly got Dolph Ziggler, if not Undertaker or Big Show, which I believe could be the two obvious substitutes. It's for Dolph. We got Rey Mysterio. We got Kane, and we got Edge. Now, as crazy as this sounds, from a fan perspective, and I may get some flack for this, from a fan perspective, I would like to see Drew McIntyre win. I would. I would love to see McIntyre win. You know why? Because this guy's been with the company for over a year now. He has been the Intercontinental Champion, and he's always been destined to become champion. I would like to see him win. You know why I would like Dolph to win? I mean, not Dolph, but Drew McIntyre to win. You know why I would like that? Because, think about it this way. They've been doing an angle with Kelly and Drew. Now, apparently, rumors going around, news going around, that Kelly, because of this situation with Drew, will end up turning heel. Well, that could happen. But what I see happening if Drew was to win, and I would like to see that happen, if Drew was to win, I would, knowing that he'd have to face Alberto Del Rio, and with Kelly coming probably back real soon, I would like Drew to be, because of his association with Kelly, instead of turning her heel, turn Drew face. It'd make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense right there. Because we've seen that before. We've seen it with Trish Stratus and Chris Jericho. Jericho's infatuation or angle with Trish turned him face. Okay? Okay, that's what happened. Yes, even though Trish turned on him at the 20th WrestleMania, it still turned Chris Jericho face. Same with Kane. Kane associating with Lita turned him face, even though Lita betrayed him. It still makes sense. Now, if they want to follow that same pattern, that's great. Go for it. Go for it. I mean, Drew McIntyre, to me, would be the perfect candidate to go in that direction. He probably wouldn't have a problem with it either. So, fan-wise, I would like to see Drew McIntyre win. But booking-wise, if I've already penciled it in, and I have money on it, and I believe it's going to be one of the show stealers of the night at WrestleMania, I keep Edge as champion. So, fan-wise, I'd like to see Drew McIntyre. Booking-wise, I got to go with Edge to keep my Edge Del Rio situation and angle going fresh. Now, the last chamber match of the night, or the second and last chamber match of the evening, is going to be for the #1 contendership of the WWE Championship. Now, the winner of this match will go on to WrestleMania and face the WWE Champion. Now, like I said earlier, fan-wise, I would like to see Lawler win the WWE title and go on to Mania and defend it. But booking-wise, if I have my money, if I've already penciled, but booking-wise, I want to keep my main event with The Miz alive and going strong. I want Miz to continue walking into as champion. So, let's take a look at the Raw Elimination Chamber and the competitors there. We have John Cena. We have R-Truth. We have John Morrison. We have Sheamus. We have Randy Orton. And we have CM Punk. Now, fan-wise, who would I like to win? Well, it's real obvious. I got to go with the majority of fans here. Because I think, after what I saw in the first Raw of the year, between these two, the match that I saw between these two, I got to go with John Morrison. I mean, I like R-Truth, I do, and I think he, despite what people will say, could definitely give a good main event match for the WWE title at Mania. I truly believe that. And, you know, I know that if one of the guys, Sheamus or Punk, was to win, that probably more so Sheamus would end up turning face, or even Punk, because Punk has been a face before, could turn them face, or at least have the fans behind them, even more so. You know, I know that could work out. I know Randy Orton, you know, fan-wise, I would like to see Randy getting as a shot. But honestly, from a fan perspective, a true fan perspective, I'd like to see John Morrison win, because these are two guys many people felt were shafted. Despite the fact that Miz is champion, was shafted on the first Raw of the year. Because they not only opened Raw with the Falls Count Anywhere WWE title match, but because their match was so good that it was worthy, it should have been worthy enough of being on pay-per-view, but it wasn't. So fan-wise, I'd like to see WWE make up for that by having Miz and John Morrison face each other at WrestleMania. As a fan, from a fan's perspective. But booking-wise, well, you know, I'd have to go with another guy I'm a fan of, despite what people may say. I'm a fan of the guy, I like the guy. You know, I truly believe that, I truly believe he is the face and franchise of the company, and despite how you feel about him, you know, he's a good athlete. There's no doubt about that, and that's John Cena. Booking-wise, I have to go with Cena, because right now, I've invested too much as a booker, and as a writer, and as a chairman and all that. I've invested too much in the whole Miz-Cena angle right now to have it go to waste by not having Cena win. Now, I mentioned earlier that booking-wise, I'd have Miz win, and then later on interfere in the Raw main event, in the Raw Chamber match. Now, I believe the Raw Chamber match could be the third to last match on the card of the night. Could be the third to last match. It could be the last match, period. And what better way to end the pay-per-view or end the Raw Chamber match than by having Miz with an expression of shock and disbelief after trying to cost John Cena the Chamber match, only to have it backfire. Think about it. Think about it. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? That'd make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? By having him try to cause Cena the match, but then have it backfire. I mean, it would make sense, because then you would close the pay-per-view, or at least end the Raw match before you fade into maybe a promo for 221, or a trailer for the chaperone or whatever, with Mina's shocked expression on his face, like, oh crap, now I gotta face this guy, I gotta defend my title against this guy at WrestleMania. That's not what I wanted. So, when you think about it, that would be the perfect, booking-wise, that would be the perfect way to go. Now again, from a fan perspective, I'd love to see John Morrison win, and make up for the fact that they could finally have Morrison and Miz one-on-one for the WWE Championship at a pay-per-view, and most of all at the grandest stage of them all. But booking-wise, of course, I want to continue my Cena-Miz angle, have Cena win, but have it win with the Miz's interference, if there could be any, backfiring on him, and then ending the Raw Chamber match before, like I say, fading into a promo for 221.11 or trailer for the Chaperone, or even for WWEshop.com, or even for WrestleMania itself, with Miz's expression, with the expression on the Miz like, oh shit, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. I did not want to face Cena for anything. You know what I'm saying? Have him have that kind of expression on his face. Or, like I said, if it's the last match of the night, have it end the pay-per-view with that expression and all that. So, to me, fan-wise, I would love to see Morrison win. Booking-wise, continuing my Cena-Miz angle, I gotta go with Cena. So, those are my predictions. So that is my predictions fan-wise and booking-wise, when it comes to this Sunday's WWE Elimination Chamber from Oakland, California, which is about 50 plus miles away from here, at the Oracle Arena. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. And also, I don't know if it's going to happen, but tell me if you think maybe we're going to see a title match for this. Because I think we may. If not that, maybe a Divas match. I don't know. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you think on my predictions as a fan and as a booker. Tell me what you guys think. Comment down below, and I'll talk to you all later.